right, everyone, enjoy.
Welcome, everybody. My name is Marty
Thanks, Susie.
DiCarlo. Brett, I'm going to need your help today. I don't know what happened with Mike.
No worries, buddy.
Yeah, no big deal. I'm going to introduce a plan to you, or a business that I can pretty much guarantee you've never seen before. How do I know? I've been online since 2004, so I have a little bit of experience of what doesn't work. Anyway, a little about myself. My name is Marty DiCarlo. I'm 60 years old, a little heavy, and but anyway, I've been online since 2004. Wound up on disability, so I said, I'll get online, and I see people are making money online. Maybe I could do that. So I looked at the best business I thought it was, and jumped in and joined, and didn't make any money. And I did that many, many, many times. And during the first 10 years, it was rough because I didn't know what I didn't know. I had no idea. You get in, you think everybody's telling you it's easy, just do this, just do that, and the money's just going to roll in and cover you, right? Well, that didn't happen. It didn't happen for me, and it doesn't happen for millions of people. And then you move to the next object because you think, okay, this next one might be better. It's got a real nice website, or they give you all these stuff that you can use to advertise. And what it always led to was I didn't have the skills to do it. No matter how nice your website is, if you don't know how to drive traffic, nothing happens. You got a beautiful website, but nobody sees it. Everybody's got nice websites, so you gotta learn how to drive traffic. So years went by, and I'm learning a little bit all the time, an old dog learning new tricks. And then about 8-9 years ago, I met Mike Ellis and Dan Street here, and we learned some skills. I learned how to market, and now I said, oh, okay, we got it. So we start bringing people in. We find a business. We think it's good. Start bringing people in, and you bring in 12, and 5 quit. You bring in 20. 7 quit, you bring in 50, 40 quit. And what's happening is, what I found out the hard way was these people that are successful, they found a way to bring in people quicker than they quit. Okay? But the main part of the reason people quit is not mindset, it's they're not doing the right thing. It's because they're not making any money. It's that simple. They're not making any money. You can call it what you want. That's an easy way to say it. Even the gurus right now that tell you they're making a residual income, some of them are not telling you the truth. Because residual income isn't, I can bring in people quicker than they quit. That's not residual. Residual is you do the work once and you're done. Well, about 17 months ago, I was thinking about just quitting because it bothered me just as much bringing people into a business on the other end of the spectrum, being able to do it, but I couldn't bring them with me. Even if I made a little money, we couldn't bring them with us. Why? I can't duplicate what I learned in 10 years and give it to everybody I'm talking to. No, I'll show you what I'm doing. It's not true. You can't do it. I tried. I really tried. And it never worked. Well, then we're bringing people in. I'm looking at us, I want to help you, and I'm trying to help them, but I can't. And then you get in and come to find out the products that you're selling, people really don't want it, or the products are good and the company didn't tell the truth about the payment. So the payment plan doesn't add up, the math doesn't work, or you start doing a little well and the company takes off. You're like, oh my God, how do you get all this that works? So, I was talking with Dan and Mike, like I said 17 months ago, I said, man, there's got to be something better than this. There has to be. In my heart, I thought there wasn't. There's no way something's out there and I don't know about it. Well, I ran into Peter Rogers, which is a friend of Red's here. I knew Red too before this. And I asked him, what are you doing? And he said, OnPassive. And I looked at OnPassive and I thought, wow, that's different. Man, if that's right, anyone can do it. So needless to say, we looked into it. I joined, Mike joined, Dan joined, and the rest is history. And now many people have joined. But I realized then, as time went on, I went, this is even better than I thought it was, which I didn't think was possible. And now I'm going to give you the reasons why. And they're very simple. And we could talk about it as we go. We have people here that have their experience in the same business, so I'm telling you. The one thing is the business drives traffic for you, okay? You pay them to drive traffic for you. Now you think, well, I don't want to, how much is that going to cost? Here's the nice thing about the business. It's all digital. It's handmade. It's a custom-made company from top to bottom. Everything's custom made. The products are the best of the best. So what happens is, as you're making profit from these products that are going out, the profits from that, you get to pay the company to run traffic for you. And you think, oh my God, it's unbelievable. Everyone does well. And we're talking about a company that will have items such as webinar, like Zoom. Zoom right now, a year ago, is worth $19 billion. Now it's worth $129 billion. It went up in value in 1 year, over $100 billion. Why? Everybody's getting online right now and talking to friends and family, not just business, and they're using some product to do it. The product that OnPassive will have is superior. There's no limit. You pay one price and you have unlimited amount of people you can talk to. That's one. They have about 40. Each one of the products are a company within itself on one platform called OnPassive. So I think, okay, this is pretty cool. So they drive the traffic. You're guaranteed to be successful. In other words, you come in, you pay one price, you never pay again. You move up in this company by the volume behind you. Now you're thinking, all right, so I get 1 or 2 sales a month because I'm not a salesman. I don't want to sell. I don't want to promote. This company, to give you an example, they ran a test. Now it's in pre-launch right now, but they ran a test through their marketing service and what they have with marketing. And they wanted to see how long would it take to get 1 million opt-ins. 1 million opt-ins, I've never had that. But 1 million opt-ins. And the beauty of it was they got 1 million opt-ins in 4 days. You gotta be kidding. Now that was the survey type of thing because they're testing their stuff, people seeking businesses or whatever it was at the time. But to get 1 million opt-ins in 4 days is unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. Now, if you move on, here's what happens. Some people have the skills, some don't, most don't. 97% of the people lose money every day online. And that's a conservative number. It's more like 98%. They get in, they jump from one to another, to another, to another, because the company wasn't made for you to succeed. It's just not, it's not made that way. And what do I mean? Like I just said, you don't have the skills to do stuff in business. You have to rely on somebody helping you. And everybody's out for themselves in normal companies. They're struggling to make a dime. They're happy to pay for the products they bought the month before, right? I mean, that was the goal. Can I make more than it cost me? And they think they really did something big. In any company you go into, like this one, most of them have limits. And OnPassive, there's no limits to how much you can make. Zero. You can get in at a very low cost and move your way up to infinity. It's built that way. And the reason all this is different, and it wasn't that this company was there and somebody brought it out, it was designed by a person named Ash Mufarah, a multimillionaire, very, very successful in his own right. He decided the same thing we did. Now, he was on the other end of the spectrum, except he had huge organizations. And he said to himself, I can't bring anybody with me. A very small percentage can do what I'm doing. What do I do? So he was with companies and 6-7 figure earner, and the company folded. Why? The main reasons I told you. the math doesn't add up, the products are no good, or the company just isn't made for long term. Some companies cannot go 7, 8 years. They just can't. Very few, in fact. So he had his last little crash about 3 years ago, and he said, "How is there anything out there? I'm tired of the same thing. I can't bring anybody with me." And he talked to his wife, and he said, "The only way we can get a business like that is we have to design it ourselves." And hence 2 years ago, he started building his dream from here to reality. And right now there's over 215,000 founders, and you can be a founder, and I'll go over that in a minute, because he thought the only way I could do it is build it, because you have to custom build it because it doesn't exist. I was right, it wasn't there. If it was there, I'd have saw it. But thank God we did run into it. But right now, for $97, you can be a founder. And you ask yourself, well, what does that mean? Being a founder means you lock in your spot today, right? You lock in your spot today. And the idea is the company is scheduled to launch by the end of the year, which is 2.5 months, 3 months. That's it. During that time, every founder that comes in are coming in after you. So the chance of overflow is greater and greater and greater and greater. It's just mathematically, that's what's happening. And I'll give you an example of how strong it is. In July of this year, there was 100,000 founders. Today, there's 217,000. It doubled in 3 months. And it's going to double again in 3 months, if not more. There could be up to 500,000 people. And the most important thing about this is you think, oh my gosh, they're going to get swamped. Every founder is a customer. Not every customer is a founder, okay? When this opens to the world, and people that are using Zoom, using SMS, using AWebers, using all the stuff that's out there now that everybody needs to run a business, will all be on one platform. I haven't even gone over all of it. All these other details you can get from the person that invited you. You're going to have your hands on all that. Some people say, well, I don't use those things. The two sisters in Walmart don't use all the stuff in Walmart either, but they're pretty happy to get a piece of pie from everybody that walks past the cash register in the thousands of Walmarts. That's where money's made. It's from the tools. The gold rush. Everybody thinks, well, people are lucky, went to the gold rush. The people that got the gold made the millions. That's not true. The money was made on the person that sat on the side and sold the picks, the axes, the pans, and stuff to sift through the gold. They sold the tools. Money's in the tools. Amazon does tools. What do? They can ship this faster than anybody else. They don't make it, but they can get it to you yesterday. That's a system. It's a tool. OnPassive Nation will have everything you could imagine when you go online. Everything. I couldn't even cover everything that they have. SMS, email system. They're going to have funnel builders, page builders, autoresponders. They're going to have, you're going to be able to go to classes online and learn French from a French teacher in France. Okay? You'll be able to have your kids set that up. I mean, all this stuff is mind-blowing what they're going to have. That's why it took this long to set it up. I was fortunate enough, I talked to Ashley Farah many, many times on the phone. And every time I talk to him behind the scenes, okay, you always hear about behind the scenes. Behind the scenes, his language is making sure it works for the average man and woman. And anybody that's ever met him can tell you the same thing. And that's the beauty of it. We normally have a gentleman on here that does a much better job on the presentation, but I want to get the points out to you that what makes it different from any other one, okay? Products that are already in high demand, we have it, and they're better than anybody else. Everybody gets a 7-day free trial on every product. That's how confident they are. If you use this or that or this for 7 days, you're going to want it and you'll pay for it. Fantastic. unlimited, top-notch security. They have 2 places in India right now, Bangalore and High-Tech City, Hyderabad. They have over 200 in one of them, and they're hiring 1,000 more in Hyderabad. About 200 or 300 a week. They're trying to get it up to 1,000 tech people, and that's from top-notch tech people to lead people to supervisors to management and whatever they need, because they're building a company, many companies within the company, and they all together are tying this all together right now. So it's right at the finish line. It's a perfect time to get in. The wave is at the height. Get on top of it, because you'll never see anything like it. The growth is unbelievable. They're bringing in something like 2 to 3 people every minute. Every minute. And everybody thinks it's saturated. No, there's over 3.5 billion people online, if not more. They're going to use something in OnPassive. And like I said, you don't have to be the person that uses it, but it sure would be nice to get a small piece of pie from people that walk by and they want it and they pay for it. Because remember, 80–90% of the people on OnPassive after launch will be customers. They don't know who I am. They don't care. They don't care who Susie is, or Red is, or Dan, or Bob, or Kenneth, or Marina. They're there to buy what they want. You don't know all the CEOs and all the stores you go to, Macy's and all that. You don't care. And this company is set up for the little guy to be very, very, very successful. There's a paid plan that they have. It's proprietary. We used to go by a 3x Infinity to compare it to people, and the CEO said, well, if you went by that, that's good, but it's 10 times better than that. It's 10 times better than that, because his goal is to give wealth, to build wealth, to change lives. His banker sat down with him a few weeks ago at a meeting, because obviously you got to deal with a lot of bankers. Bankers are money men. And they said to Ash, Mr. Mufara, I got to ask you a question. Yeah, go ahead. What's the size of this company? And I see what you're doing in the background here. You could be one of the richest men in the world. I have a question. He said, what is it? Why are you giving so much of it away? And he said, why not? What do I need? My pockets are full. I don't need any more. It gives people an opportunity to change lives. And for me, that was enough for me, because that's why I'm in. Yeah, I want to do well, but I'd love to be able to help other people, because, you know, you got to look in the mirror. Are you that person who wants to help somebody else, or you just care about yourself? If you just care about yourself, this business probably isn't for you. But if you'd like to make more money than you ever thought of, and you get a fair shake, you get the same pitch, you're not getting a screwball, next guy's getting a curve, next guy's got a bat this big, you know, everybody gets a fair pitch, and it's a slow pitch. And they do all the heavy lifting for you. There's thousands of other things I could bring up, but I wanted to keep it as short as I could, because we have a lot of people here that have a different insight of this business, and I would like them to share it with you so you can get a different perspective besides mine. I'd like to call on Red for first. Red, can you add? Hey. I'm sure you can add a lot to what I just said, but
Marty, do you know something? Right, for everybody who is here right now listening to this, Marty has had to do this presentation right now because Mike Ellis, who is the guy who normally does it, unfortunately he's not with us, and Marty has literally been dropped in it right at the beginning, and I tip my hat off to you, sir. Fantastic. Now, anybody who has listened to this presentation, this is a very small snippet of what he has said about this company. Now, myself, I do presentations on OnPassive a lot of times. I use different stuff to how Mike does it. I normally use slides, etc. But the story that Marty has just given us here now is exactly the same. You are going to be getting something that you have never ever seen online at all. We are all a massive family here. I'm sure Susie and everyone else here is already founders. This is the experience that you will get. Is many people who start online, they all say the same things. I can't do it. You know, I'm really nervous about what I'm doing. The one thing I'll say to you is what happens with OnPassive is not only are we going to have superior tools and products to use, we've also got a very massive family base. Now, we're all about helping each other. Now, no other business online does exactly what we are doing here. We look after each other, we help each other. And not only that, is we encourage you to be successful. Now, I don't know about any other companies, but if a company says to me, I'm going to force you to be successful, I'm in. You know, it is an amazing company to be part of. When someone says to me, I'm going to force you to be successful and not have to do anything for it, I'm in. Lock, stock, and at least 2 smoking barrels, I'm there. Marty's already given you little snippets of what OnPassive is about. Please get back in contact with the person who has brought you here. He mentioned slightly on some of the products and services that we are going to be using. At the moment, we have estimated over 40 different product services. Now, I'm just going to touch on one of the main products that OnPassive is going to be launching to the world this year in 2020, and that is our multimedia package. Now, the multimedia package, as you can see now, we are using Zoom. Zoom is probably the major player in the internet space at the moment. We estimate there's around about 23, 24 other internet webinar services available online, but Zoom is definitely the biggest. Now, a year ago, the market cap value for Zoom was around about $19 billion. Within 1 year, obviously, this pandemic that we're in at the moment has completely changed how people operate online. Webinar is one of the major things that people have uptaked through this coronavirus, because so much more business and teaching is done online now. Their market cap went from 19 billion to, listen to this one, $220 billion just this year. Now, that is only one product that OnPassive has built for itself. It's going to be called Connect Me. Okay, it is going to be called their webinar module. Integrated within this webinar module, it is going to have SMS, MMS. It's going to have chat facilities. It's going to have video conferencing and video marketing. Now, the beauty about what OnPassive is going to do is that anybody that uses the OnPassive products and services, and there's going to be over 40 of them, okay, instantly gets a 7-day free trial to use it. This is amazing, right? I do not know any other company that will give you a free trial to use their products and services prior to paying for it, to see if you actually like it. Of course you're going to like it, because it is better, superior, it is built for easy use, and not only that, it's going to be cheaper than anywhere else you get it. And the bonus of all of this is, if anybody comes to use this service through a link that you have given them, guess what? They become part of your team. And what we're talking about at the moment is the founder position. Okay, this is costing you $97 as we stand right now. This is the founder position for getting your hands on this amazing company, to get a slice of that pie that we all want. Where is the money going to come from? I hear you saying. I'll tell you where the money is going to come from customers. Now, customers are going to be the backbone of OnPassive. This is where the money is going to be generated from. Majority, and we estimate between 70 and 80% of every single person that uses the product and services of OnPassive, they do not care about being a reseller or making any money. They just want to use the products and services. And don't forget, there's 40 products and services all under one roof for one price. Okay, if you have anything to do online at the moment, you know already that you have to go here, you have to go there to get all these products and services, and each one of these ones you are paying a monthly subscription for each of them. OnPassive are sticking them all on one roof for one price, and this is the bonus. You will only pay for it once, and the remainder will not be out of pocket. It comes out of the commissions that come through the customers that pay for your residual monthly income. We all have residual bills. Let's have a residual income as well. This is what OnPassive is about. It's all about you, me, Marty, Susie, absolutely everyone here, normal people on the street who are trying to make that residual income. Marty has done an absolutely fantastic job, sir, to explain what we have got our hands on here. There is so much more I could tell you about OnPassive. I'm now going to pass it over to other people to stick their little 2 penneth worth in. I'm going to get back to the Q&As and see if we've got any more questions. Cheers, Marty.
Thanks, Red. Thanks a lot. Another thing, I'm usually the fill-in guy, so was Red talking, it reminds me, remember, anybody that falls under you in OnPassive, anybody, however they got there, whether it was the company or from Red or from Marina or from Dan or from Bob or Kenneth or Susie, it doesn't matter. However they fall under you, you get paid from them. No quota. You're not matching another leg and all that. No quota. You get 2 people, you get paid on 2. You get 2,000, you get paid on 2,000. It's a beautiful system. It encourages teamwork, and I love it. Absolutely love it. All right, I'm going to call somebody else on. Right now, I'm going to go to Dan Street. Dan, give your perspective, because I know you come from a totally different background than I do.
Yeah, I was almost not here as well. Hello, everybody, and all you new people out there. I'd just like to welcome you, because this presentation that Marty gave and Marty and Red did such a great job with is for you. We're trying to give you a good appreciation of what OnPassive is all about. And I think I think a lot of you out there have full-time jobs, and you don't want to get involved in some type of a company, or you're looking to do something else online, but you don't want to recruit. You don't want to, you don't have the time to really learn this stuff. Well, one of the great things about OnPassive, and they touched on this, is the fact that it's 100% automated. It's 100% done for you marketing. What company have you ever been with that will do all of your marketing for you, that will generate all the leads that you need to generate the customers to get commission on? That's unheard of. So that is a very, very unique thing about this incredible company. The other thing is that I will touch on is that I think about what Ash has told us a month ago or so, and he said, in any company that you're ever considering, make sure they're a global company. Make sure that they can target the entire world. And let me tell you, I'm licensed and registered in over 200 countries worldwide. And we will go viral. When this launches, we will go viral instantly. And it's not just, when you're looking at numbers, you're not just looking at a few people, you're looking at hundreds of millions of people that will switch over to this product because of the fact that it's AI, it's proprietary, it's products that have never been seen before. These are products that are original, and they are real, and they have patents on them. So it's so exciting. We've gotten sneak peeks of little things, but we don't have any idea of the magnitude of the quality of the products that we're going to have. And so I would just say that, along with one other thing, think about every other opportunity that you've been involved with. What's the biggest problem? Marty touched on it a little earlier, and that's attention. You work very, very hard to get people into the business, to recruit, because if you don't recruit, you're not going to get paid. You have to recruit in order to get paid. With OnPassive, you don't have to recruit. They do all the marketing for you. You do not have to recruit a soul, and you will make money. That's what Red was talking about when he says forcing you to succeed. You will succeed regardless of whether you recruit a soul or not. So that's exciting. That's very exciting. And retention, nobody's going to quit on you. You're going to have customers from all the world. So those are 2 cents worth for right now. I know we have some other guest speakers and some really good ones here. So Marty, I'll turn it back over to you, and let's hear some more.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks a lot. I need to go to the Queen of Africa here, Marina's building a huge team. She's doing a fantastic job, and we got to hear from her. So, Marina, let us have some your wisdom.
Hi everyone, awesome being here, and I see that the numbers are just growing with the attendees here tonight. Really, really awesome. I've seen a few of the guests that I've invited. Great to have you here. You know, all I can say is I can't say that I was looking for this business when I came across it. Someone sent me a message and said, do yourself a favor, watch this. And I said, no, I'm not interested in network marketing. I've had my fair share of that and it's not for me. And he said, it's not network marketing. And I thought, okay, well, that's all that everyone ever wants to send me. So he said, please, I beg you, just watch this video, this presentation. And I thought, yo, you know, the way he asked me, I thought, well, I'll do that. If I say I'm going to do something, I will. So I did. And the more I watched it and listened, I was like, no, this can't be. This is too good to be true. My partner came home that night and I said to him, because he's a program manager and he knows figures, I don't. And I looked at how we're going to get paid and I thought, no, this is incredible. Is this even possible? And he said to me, with this Ashmufar's background and his history, because he's got his MIT and a Harvard graduate in online business and marketing, and plus he has 20 odd years in network marketing, he saw the gap. He saw that there was something wrong with the system where only certain people can succeed. And I know because I was in a network marketing business, and at first you get so excited and you want everyone else to be as excited as you, which they are when they first join, but people just dwindle away. You know, after the first, second, third month, there went my whole team, and I thought I was on fire and this was going to make me rich, and I thought, yay, I was so excited. And just like that, they were dropping off like flies. And I got really despondent and I started going online and looking for things to do and ways to make money. And I came across this guru, as Marty mentioned, and I thought, right, this sounds affordable. Being in South Africa, the rand dollar is shocking. So it was affordable to me, about $80, and you'll get your blueprint. And I thought, okay, that I can do. And the minute I was on this group, within an hour, I got upsold to only $11,000. Then you will really get your. And I thought, oh my word, you know, I was angry. I was actually really angry because I really thought that these people were going to help me, that this was going to be my ticket to success, and it wasn't. And you know, that wasn't the first and only person that I've come across. It's just really frustrating. So when I looked at OnPassive, I got more than I bargained for. At first, I didn't quite understand it. I wasn't sure what business, what are the products, what, and all the rest of it. But as Richard Branson says, I think it was him, if somebody offers you
yes, it was
a great business opportunity, jump in and learn after you've done that. So that's what I did. And that was a year ago. And, you know, the more I got into it, the more I threw myself into, because I wanted to understand it. I've realized that over the last year, I've become sort of a motivator and a teacher, because when I learn something, no matter what it is, whether it's OnPassive or how to get out of debt or attraction marketing, whatever the case is, if I learn something, I want to share it with others. And that's what I've been doing. So I've really gathered so much information and I've got a wonderful understanding of this business now. And I've realized that, you know what, this is not just for the individual, it's for businesses. It's going to bring your business to the next level. You are going to be able to compete with the guys that are running in the fast lane. Everything is driven by artificial intelligence and machine learning. And only recently, I really understood what artificial intelligence, the way OnPassive is using it, and the machine learning can actually help your business. So it's not just for us. Everyone that has a smartphone or a laptop or an iPad or tablet, is going to be using one of the OnPassive products in time to come. And you want to be in, you know, this is such a wonderful opportunity. The founding member positions are coming to ahead now. We're going into our soft launch very soon, where the price will increase to $149. Right now it's only $97, as Red said. And if you think about it, you know how quickly you can actually spend $97 or $100 to round it off, so quickly. And this is going to be the best $100 or $97 that you have ever spent in your life. And it's just, you know, earning residual income where the company is going to do the building of your team for you. They're going to build your business for you. If you don't want to recruit anyone, you don't have to, because it's going to be like a self-driving car. You just set and forget. The massive marketing campaigns that is targeted traffic. If you have got a list of people that you like to contact, but you just don't have the means or the funds even, you know, because the minute you go over a certain level with everything, they put a cap on it. And the minute you reach that, then it costs and it starts getting really, really expensive. And you've got to get your all your tools from different companies. With OnPassive, we have everything that you need to be a success in business, online or offline, under one umbrella, all driven by the latest artificial intelligence and machine learning. You're earning residual income. You're getting paid to use the products. And when, as Red said, if you get on the webinar platform, the Connect Me, if you invite someone to join and you're having a team meeting with your company, and everyone will get a 7-day free trial. At that free trial, we will see these are the products that OnPassive is offering at the different package levels. And we can decide, you know what, this is what I actually need. And the higher you go, the more traffic you're going to get, the more product you're going to get. And so, yeah, I would do my best to get in at the top and the best package, because everything that OnPassive offers is going to be under that package, and you are never going to get need to upgrade again. They're never going to say, oh, sorry, you've reached your limit. The Connect Me platform can have as little as 2 people on the webinar, up to 3 million if you want. It's unlimited attendees, unlimited hosts. They've even got a doodle whiteboard. So that is just one of the products. The other, or platforms, are, you know, part of the business is the OnPassive Academy, which is going to be phenomenal for homeschooling and training, universities, education. It's just incredible. And then Susie will probably touch base on the HR management system, which is just incredible. From CEO right down to your sales staff, everything all information you can see when someone joined, go right back to the beginning of when they joined, how much they earned, how many days they've taken off, what sort of figures are they doing, how many days leave are they due, whatever, everything done in real time. And at the moment, you're getting all this information from different platforms, different companies, and you've got to log in here and import information from there. So that's just 3, besides everything else that you're going to get, you know, the ClickFunnels, the IP tracking. The day we join as customers, because we all become customers and resellers of the IT product and services, you will get a website and a domain in your name at the $25 package. You know, that is just incredible. And then as we move up, any other business that you're in, even if you've got 100 different businesses, you can then put it onto the website, and OnPassive will drive traffic to those businesses for you to get leads and grow that side of things. So whether you have the business or not, OnPassive is definitely going to help you grow and excel with your business outside of OnPassive, and definitely as a founding member with OnPassive. Thanks. I get carried away.
Thanks, Marina. Like I said, there's so much more than what I said. I mean, you could go on and on. It's loaded with every second. I'm thinking of something else that OnPassive is going to have. Now, here's the point. You could be a bystander, or you could be a participant, but you're going to know what OnPassive is. I don't care who you are. You're going to turn on the internet and it's going to be there. And I'm just recommending highly to jump on this train and take the ride. There's a couple more guests here. that I'd like to get their input.
Marty, can I just jump in really quickly?
Whatever you want, Red.
Cheers. Just a couple of points, right? Obviously, it's always one of the questions that people always post, and it's going to be on everyone's lips. Is OnPassive legal? Now, OnPassive is a IT, which is an internet technology company that has artificial intelligence based at its source. It is registered and legal within United States. It was registered back in July of 2018. Also, just as a side, the domain name onpassive.com has been registered for 10 years. So this is a company that is here to stay. It is also registered within over 200 countries and states throughout the globe. Now, I mentioned about artificial intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence is probably going to be one of the main core reasons why OnPassive is going to be far superior to everything that you see online at the moment. Now, I don't know about you guys, but some people have varying views on what artificial intelligence is. Now, to give you a really good idea of how artificial intelligence works to benefit any company, we all go surfing the net, we all go looking for a t-shirt or buy any product online. So you get onto Amazon, you get onto Google, and you stick in, I'm looking for a surfboard, we'll say, okay? So you're looking at a surfboard and you don't buy it because it's not quite what you want. You then click onto Facebook or onto any other multimedia. Guess what? All the way down the right-hand side, you've got all these adverts for surfboards. It's like they know what you're on about. This is artificial intelligence at its source. Now, OnPassive use exactly the same type of technology, but what they're doing is they are spearing their products and services to people who are searching for them. Now, OnPassive have over 40 that they are going to have in their arsenal of products and services all under one roof. Anytime anybody looks or searches online for any of these products or services, artificial intelligence will take over and they will bombard these people with these products and services. They end up going to click on it, and also once they click on it, they're going to use it, they're going to be a customer, blah blah blah, you get the commissions. Anyway, that's my part.
100%, Red. Artificial intelligence is mind-blowing. I know about it as far as because I do market and what they can do, because artificial intelligence doesn't sweat. And it thinks as it's driving traffic. This guy likes this guy likes that, this guy watched a video for 29 seconds, this lady watched it for 32 seconds. It's non-stop, just boom, 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 boom. And nowadays you can't live without it. And OnPassive is going to have the best of the best. Let me introduce Bob Pierce. I was told about Bob through a friend of ours, Daryl Cook, and he said you got to have this guy on. So Bob, you're on. Give us some of your wisdom. You got to unmute yourself, Bob. Click that little mic down there. It should be on the left side.
Okay. Greetings, everybody. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Okay. Welcome and greetings from the Albany, New York region, the capital of New York State. We're having a great time with OnPassive. Let me just tell you quickly my background. I was assistant superintendent of schools as a career. Then I became a certified financial planner and a financial consultant to businesses. And then I've been a coach for leadership for a number of years. And more recently, I got ordained as a minister. And we have a small home fellowship in our house that is a spiritual part of our lives. I've been married 50 years, and we have 4 kids and 10 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren. So I'm getting up there in the so-called age bracket, but I want to tell you, no matter what your age, this thing will turn your push your button. That's, I guess I can say, I'm really excited about how attractive OnPassive and their mission is. It's a mission. It's a movement. It's not just a business. Yeah, you're going to make money and all that, and it's going to serve a great purpose in business. In the last 5 weeks that I've been really active, I got in a little bit before that and bought a couple of accounts for my wife and I. But in the last 5 weeks, we've been averaging about 10 people a week signing up. I'm just saying it's like no brainer, you know, and they sign up and they're all happy, and $100 for getting in an opportunity like this is unbelievable. And then they're signing up people. So we have a pretty fast moving organization. I've never seen anything like it. I've been in various companies in marketing. I think I was in like 8 different multi-level marketing companies. I did fairly well. We did fairly well, but I never could bring anybody along with me. That was, again, my heart was to bring other people. I'm not a greedy man. I wanted to share the wealth. Anyway, we love the community, and I'm going to look at my notes here because I don't want to take any more time, but we love the community and its oneness. There's a oneness because we're involved with the whole world here. No matter what your ethnic or religious or whatever background is, we're one in this community. It's really obvious when you listen and watch and participate. We love OnPassive for its financial fitness. It's teaching people not only how to get wealth, but how to keep it. And then that's a big part of my leadership coaching that I do. We love the way OnPassive leverages our time, our money, and even our abilities. It's a leveraging concept and never existed before. This model is brand new. It's a brand new animal, so to speak. And finally, we love the mystery part of this whole artificial intelligence and the products and services. We can reach billions of people with ordinary things they need in a very high-tech fashion, and we can do it with this pandemic. I've been building my business from this little 12 by 5 room that I'm in. I'm building wealth in a 5 by 12 room because of the capabilities of Zoom, and now it'll be the other one that we have. It'll be much better. The marketplace is never going to end. Your marketplace is unlimited. Everybody's going to be filled with customers eventually. So I like the way the OnPassive is a platform that is scalable. It can change as the needs meet very quickly, like lightning speed. I like the residual part of it. I love a residual, duplicatable kind of income. And this is all, OnPassive is all part of the revolution for automation, artificial intelligence, subscriptions. All those are the things that are making business work online. So, and finally, my mission using OnPassive is to, along with you guys, to help bring financial justice to all the nation's people. Financial justice people. Good talking. Thank you for letting me share.
Stop right now.
Wow, Bob. Amazing. I could tell. You're a life coach. That was amazing. Daryl Cook, you did it again. I thought Daryl was good. I think Bob just kicked him. Thank you very much, Bob.
By the way, thank you to my sponsor, Kenny Parslow. I think he's on, and Daryl Cook's my upline mentor in the business. So,
well, you got it made then. You got it made, Bob. And they got it made. Fantastic. Well, now I'm going to introduce Kenneth. Kenneth, sorry, you're going to have to follow Bob, but welcome and give us some of your insight.
Well, thank you, Marty. Can you guys hear me all right?
Fantastic.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah. Well, like Bob, I live in New York State. I live in the southern Adirondack Park. I live within spitting distance of Daryl. Cook. So he's my brother-in-law. We've been in this industry since 1990. I've lived here all my life. I worked for the same place. I worked at the local county highway department for 33 years. I ended up being the deputy highway superintendent before I retired at the end of 2014. And like I said, back in 1990, I got introduced to networking, direct sales, whatever you want to call it. And I'd always been taught when I was young, you know, you get into a job where you have retirement and you have benefits, and you know, you work for 25, 30 years and then you retire and everything's smooth and happy. And after I was in the highway department for a few years, I realized that everything isn't smooth and happy. It's not, you know, I always thought that there was more out there. I was always looking for something better to better my family, to better, you know, be able to help other people and stuff. And my helping other people wasn't really on the radar at that point in time, but you know, I worked in many direct sales companies over the years. I'm still involved in a couple more besides this. And I looked online, of course, when Daryl called me up one day and he says, "Hey, you remember Dan Street?" And I said, "Yeah," because we were involved in another business with Dan. And he says, "Well, he's got something you need to look at." He said, he just gave it to me. He said, "It's really good." It was around October of 19. And so I looked at it and I was like, "Yeah, okay." He said, it's only $97. I said, "Are you kidding me? That's like free. I mean, compared to what I've been paying for all these other outfits, you know, it's a gimme." So I was like, "Yeah, I'll get in." So I got a position and didn't pay any attention much to it because I was doing another direct sales business at the time. And so, you know, I kind of did the same thing that a lot of people do. I looked online as, you know, is this legitimate? And of course you get the naysayers out there and they say, "Oh, you know, this is not something I would do." And I came to realize as I looked at that kind of stuff that, you know, these people that are the naysayers, they make money by being naysayers. You know, the more people that click on, "Yeah, this helped me out," the more these guys, the advertisers that they are trying to get in so that they can make money, the more they say, "Oh, wow, these guys got a following and yeah, they're really good. So, you know, we'll advertise with them." Well, when they advertise, they make money. And so these guys are paid to be a naysayer. And I've never looked at any of them yet who have ever, in the other companies that I've been involved with, which I know are good companies, I've never seen one place where they've said a positive thing about any kind of a direct sales company. And so that kind of helped a little bit in my pessimism, you know, of course. And Daryl said to me, you know, I was working the other business pretty hard and, you know, starting to get a very little semblance of progress moving. Because like Marty said, you know, you can get a whole bunch of people in, but if you don't keep getting them in, they leave faster than you can get them in. And so wealth is hard to produce in those type of businesses. And so around February-ish, sometime in there, you know, Daryl said, "You really ought to take a look at this OnPassive. You know, this is something that's really good." And I said, "I don't have time to do both." He says, "You don't have to do anything." And I'm like, "Okay." He said, "I'm telling you, just look at it." So, you know, I kind of poo-pooed him off a little bit because I was trying hard in this other business. And so about the beginning of March, COVID hit. The restrictions on COVID hit New York. And I mean, basically we were stuck at home. And I got depressed kind of because I really started to do a little something in the other business. And I was kind of bummed out. And probably about partway through March, I was whining to Daryl a little bit, which I do quite often. And he said, "I'm telling you, you got to look at this OnPassive." And I said, "Daryl, how in the world can you get in a business and not do anything and make money? That doesn't make any sense to me." He said, "Because they guarantee it." And he said, "Because with the artificial intelligence, the business, and with OnPassive themselves, they're gonna create a business for you. They're gonna build your team," which I always saw in these. That's why I like the direct sales or networking business, because I realize if you can build a team, you can create an income that is ongoing. And So he said, you got to look into it. Well, I had lots of time because I couldn't go anywhere, so I couldn't do anything. So I started looking into it more, getting on the OnPassive site, and I started to read some of the blogs that they were putting out, and I'm like, wow, this is really interesting. So I got on the webinars. And as I got on the webinars, back then, Ash was on, Mufaro was on all the webinars just about. And I was listening to him, and I'm like, the first one I heard, I was like, boy, this guy never went to speech class. You know, I mean, he was just kind of, he was hard. He was all over the place. But I kept listening, and I kept hearing these little things every time. And I'd be like, wow, that's interesting, you know, and this is something that's really worth looking at. So all of a sudden one day I'm on one of these webinars, and I was getting very passionate about this. I was sharing it with people. You know, I wish I'd have done that back when I got in November of 19. But I was sharing it with people, and you know, they would question me, and I'd say, well, hey, listen, you got a 50-50 chance for $97. I mean, he's either going to run with the money or he's not. It's as simple as that, you know? And I knew some of these people were buying lottery tickets. I'm like, you kidding me? It's 200 million to 1 odds, and you're telling me 50-50 is bad for $97? So I heard Ash one day say, he was talking and he was giving his story on one of the webinars, and he said, you know, he said, folks, this isn't about making you rich so that you can use the money on yourself. And I thought, wow, that's an interesting statement for a guy. If he's going to scam you out of his money, what kind of a statement is that? He's telling people, you know, this is not for you. He said, you know, there's kids running around the world in third world countries with no shoes because they can't afford them. Their parents can't afford them. And he said, don't get me wrong. I don't mind you using the money. He said, enjoying the money. That's okay. That's fine. That's what it's for. He said, I don't mind you setting your families up for the future so that they're taken care of. But he said, after that, he said, if there's kids running around this world with no shoes and we got all this money, what are you doing with it? He said, that's what this is for. This is to help the rest of the world. This is to help the people that need a little bit of a hand up. And I've always been one, you know, hand up is one thing, a handout is something different. You know, you teach a person how to fish, you feed them for a lifetime. You give them a fish, you feed them for a day. And so I've always had that belief in my heart. And, you know, I've always wanted to help other people. I've always been this type of person that wanted to be able to create a large income where I could help other people in need and stuff like that. And so I'm thinking, that's a pretty interesting statement for a guy to make who's creating a business this big. And then I think it was the next week or the following week, he came out and he said, you know, I understand that, Ash said, you know, I understand some of you people have purchased more than one position. And he said, you know, that's okay. He said, but it's not necessary. He said, you only need one. And I'm thinking, that guy just cut his throat if he's trying to rip us off. I mean, who would do that? It doesn't make any sense. But what it also told me was we're dealing with a guy with a very high level of integrity, because his deal here is not to try to create this massive, how do I want to put it, this massive push towards making tons and tons of money. You're going to make a lot of money in this anyhow if you're a founder. But it's the purpose is to help people. And he said a little bit later on, he said, you know, there's people drinking dirty water. He said, you're going to make enough money with one position that we can help them. And he said, there's going to be a place on the back office where you can crowdfund, where you can do these kind of things for people. And it's solidified in my mind and in my heart that we're dealing with a man that has a huge vision. The vision is to create something for everybody that everybody wants to use and everything. That's good. But the vision goes way beyond that. It goes to helping other people and helping people not only become successful, but also helping people that need a hand up. It's a high level of integrity. There's a high level of vision. And it has made me very passionate about telling other people about this. And I just encourage you, if you're new here, think about this very, very, very hard. And I would invest the $97, get in, and then continue to search it out and continue to look into this, because there is nothing, in my opinion, there is nothing that's going to help more people that I've ever seen in my life. So thank you for the time.
Well, Kenneth, thanks, buddy. That was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Everybody here spoke from the heart. And that's what matters. Somebody says, how do you think of what to say all the time? I said, if you feel good about it, it's easy to talk about. If you have to search too much, that means you don't feel that passionate about it. Yeah, I fumble around because I don't give presentations that much. I usually just talk. And but I know it in my gut. I know it in my bone marrow. And being able to talk to Ash, I know what he's like. I know who he is. And I told him the first time I ever talked to him, you're either the most generous, big-hearted person in the world, or you're the dumbest scammer that ever walked the planet. You got to, and he's not the other. So, and I did say that to him. But yeah, this is something really big. And as you can see here, I've never met Bob before. I never met Kenneth before. You draw who you're like. You gather people will follow you who you're like. And that's what I've seen with OnPassive since the day I got in. There's a handful of people that are going to be negative no matter what. And guess what? They leave. You don't have to ask them to go. They feel uncomfortable. They're just not that person. I love what we have. I love the people we're around. I want to thank everybody that showed up today. Mike will be back next time, or I'm going to wring his neck. But anyway, I hope you understood enough to at least get back to the person that shared this with you. We have one every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. There's many, if you ever get into the company, people say you don't have to promote, but what you can do, if you want to share, don't promote, don't recruit. That's a bad word. When people hear it, they just hold up, they put up a shield, and they want to fight. Just say you're sharing something. And remember this, you can invite people to a Zoom just like this. Red Redford has a couple Zooms. Marina has Zooms. We have one every Tuesday and Saturday. Mike Horde has one in California on Wednesday. We have them in all different languages. This is global. We're one family. We speak many languages. We're fat, we're tall, we're skinny, we're black, brown, yellow, whatever, okay? But it's a great place to be. You'll find out if you check it out. Again, I want everybody to have a great day. God bless everybody, and I'll see you next time. Get back to the person that shared it with you.